Good morning, Spikes. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 9, and so we're coming up to close out the season. It's going to be a good one, though. We're going to reprise a couple of decks that we haven't really played that frequently, at least not this season. And I'm saying that just to cover my butt a little bit, because today I'm going to be playing Najeela Flash Hulk. I know all of you are very excited, just as I am. And I think this is going to be an interesting pod. I'm very excited to see what everybody else has. So, Elliot, what did you bring today?
I'm playing Kess. It's a kind of a mid-range ad nauseum strategy. Some people have some colloquialisms for that. I think you can Google them probably, but
don't Google
Google.
but yeah, Kess.
Today I am playing Yidris Maelstrom Wielder Cascade Storm. It's a deck I put together a while ago and I have a lot of fun with, but I don't get to play that often. So
I'm playing Nin. This Nin.
That Nin.
This is actually a different Nin list than what I normally play. I made some pretty big changes to it with War of the Spark and Dominaria, actually. Mm-hmm. I've kind of pivoted into a little bit more of a creature-heavy strategy to deal with Najeela and Tymna metas. So this is my first time playing it, so we'll see how it goes.
Probably a disaster for me.
Yeah, all right. Who even knows? I don't even know.
Shoehorned in more cards.
Go ahead, go.
Yeah, best way to find that out is to
Play Magic.
That's
Play
to fiend.
Turn 1, Mystical Remora.
All right. I am going to do some turn 1 things. I'm going to play a Plateau. I'm going to cast Mana Crypt.
Oh no.
I'm going to cast a Mox Diamond, discarding Marsh Flats. I'm going to use Plateau and the Mana Crypt to cast Najeela, and the Mox Diamond to cast a Llanowar Elves.
Wowee. I thought my hand was cool.
How many cards you got in hand? You played 4?
Yes.
3 left? You have 4 left?
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7,
I'm-
plus my commander.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a basic island. I'm going to cast my own Mox Diamond, discarding this Marsh Flats.
Hey.
And then I'm going to tap these two to play this Izzet Signet. And I'm going to pass the turn.
Can I go home? I'm going to draw this card.
Who's the Storm deck at the table?
Well, I'm going to play this Volcanic Island. I'm going to tap this Volcanic Island for a Soul Ring.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
I'm going to tap this Soul Ring for a Rakdos Signet.
Jensen, you're complaining.
Pass the turn.
Are you kidding me? You know what kind of table I love going last at?
This kind of table?
Ugh.
Cast Mystic Remora now, James.
Fine, I guess I'll just play this Scalding Tarn. And I'll crack it going to 39.
39.
I'm going to get this Volcanic Island. And... why do you guys gotta be like this?
Oh boy.
I'm going to cast a Mana Crypt. I'm going to cast a Swiftfoot Boots and then a Mox Opal. We're just starting on turn 4.
Early game is overrated.
And then I'm going to cast my commander, Nin the Pain Artist.
Okay, we all had really
And I'll
good
pass the
starts.
turn.
Not gonna lie. All right.
Is this what competitive EDH feels like?
For those of you just tuning in, no, you didn't miss anything.
All right, and I'm gonna trigger my Mana Crypt. Spikes are I take damage because you take damage off of spikes. Haha!
Uh-oh.
Ah.
I'm gonna draw a card. Okay. I'm going to... Actually, yeah, I don't want to attack with this Llanowar Elves. So I'm going to tap it for a green and tap this for a white and cast Safi, Daughter of Eric.
Datir of Eric.
Datir of Eric. And then I'm going to move to combat, and I'm going to attack Jan for 4.
You got it.
Wow.
You go to 36.
And what else do I want to do? Do I want to do this too? Yeah, let's just roll it out. I'm going to tap Mox Diamond for a green, and then Mana Crypt for the only mana that it can tap for, and I'm going to cast Sylvan Library. And with my 1 mana floating, I'm going to suffer 1 mana burn and pass the turn.
Alright,
He
38.
just rolls out his entire hand
On the bright side.
and then drops this Sylvan Library.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw. I'm going to play the Sunken Ruins, and I'm going to cast my not as good as Najeela.
Commander?
Yeah, here she is. Kess,
Awesome.
Dissident Mage. She's going to block Najeela, so he's not coming my way anytime soon, but
She?
that's... Sure.
Okay.
I don't judge. Pass the turn. It's 2019, Jim.
I'm going to untap. Draw this card right here. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, I play this Breeding Pool. Untapped. 34. I'm gonna add 2 colorless. Black, red, green, blue, cast Yidris. With 1 mana floating.
You got it. One colorless.
1 colorless mana.
Gosh, is this ever a game of Magic the Gathering?
Okay. I'm going to flip for Mana Crypt. Spikes damage. That's
Ooh.
damage. Go to 37 or 36. Draw a card. Play an island as my land for my turn. Then I'm going to cast Trinket Mage.
Ooh.
Oh.
Trigger Trinket Mage.
Yep.
I'm going to get this Mox Amber, and I'm going to cast it.
That's a new one.
It is a new one.
Okay.
I told you I made some changes here.
I'm feeling it. I like that.
Yep. And
Free
then
artifacts are cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay 3 and cast Time Twister.
Woo!
Oh. Effects. Nope, no effects.
No?
All right.
Alrighty.
Okay. Okay, so we have shuffled our graveyards and our hands into our libraries and drawn a hand of 7 new cards.
All 7.
Yep.
Brand
And with my hand of 7 new cards, I'm going to... I'm going to cast this Chrome Mox.
More 0 mana artifacts.
And if it resolves,
It does.
No effects.
No effects.
I'm going to exile Narset's Reversal.
Ooh.
These cards are sick.
And I'm going to use a blue mana to cast Mystic Remora and pass the turn.
I got him.
Turn 1 of the turn 3. Mystic Remora.
All right. So I'm going to untap, trigger Mana Crypt, spikes damage.
Got him on damage.
Yeah, alright.
Woo.
Build to 37.
Bah.
Bah, humbug.
Bah, humbug. I'm going to trigger Sylvan Library as well in my draw step. And I think I'm going to pay 4 life. I'm going to draw 2 of them, put this one back on top.
33.
3. Just out on board.
Counting on it.
I'm going to play Bayou for turn.
35.
Let's see. Which of these do I want to do? I'm going to tap this Llanowar Elves, and I'm going to cast a Noble Hierarch.
This Nigeria attacks for a lot now.
Yes. I'm going to tap
One more.
Bayou for an Elves of Deep Shadow.
Dorks. 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 Dorks.
Any of those creature spells?
All of them are creature
Exclusively.
So you would say that they're not non-creature
spells.
spells?
I would say that they're not not creature spells.
Ooh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Not right now, but soon. I'm going to...
Blasphemous Act?
Counting something, of which there are 8.
Yeah. I have lots. Mostly 8. I'm going to tap these here. This one for a red, this for 2 colorless, and cast an Imperial Recruiter. Resolves?
Yeah, I have no effects.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, and off the Imperial Recruiter, I'm going to find Derevi, Imperial Tactician. Put that into my hand.
Just Imperial Tribal.
Nothing suspicious happening. I think it's spelled differently, actually.
Yeah. That's possible. I'm going to move to combat.
Are you now?
Awkward combat.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm going to attack Jan with just Nagila, trigger Noble Hierarch for Exalted.
Okay.
And then make another warrior, which is going to come at James, I guess.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go to 30.
Okay. There we go. Okay. And I will pass the turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to untap. And I'm going to draw for my turn. Oh.
That's probably bad.
Oh.
It's probably Fire Covenant.
That's pretty good.
Fire Covenant's really good here.
It's just like pay 15 life.
Pay 1, 2, 3.
You said like Toxic Deluge for 4?
I'm gonna play this basic island.
Ooh.
And I think I'm just gonna pass my turn. Yeah, nothing crazy.
Fire Covenant is an instant.
It is. I'm going to untap.
No spoilers.
Draw this card. Okay.
No spoilers. I haven't seen Infinity War yet.
This is an awkward turn. Okay. Alright, cool. I'm going to go to combat.
Yep.
I'm going to attack Elliot.
Ooh.
Right, I have no blockers, and then before damage, I'm gonna Pawnify Yidris.
Are you paying
Okay.
4?
I'm not paying the 4.
Perfect.
Yidris has been pongified. Mighty Ape.
He turns from like
An ogre wizard.
Ogre
Yeah.
Wizards to an
Ogre
8. There's Bloodstained Mire. And pass turn.
Okay. I will untap. Spikes damage on Mana Crypt trigger. That's damage.
ooh,
Oh, bam.
33. Mystic Remora trigger. I'm going to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's going to go up to 1. Draw a card. Okay. I'm going to play a land for my turn. Tap this for 2 colorless. 3, 4, 5.
Oh boy.
Cast Paradox Engine.
Oh,
Oh,
no. I have no Effectorinos.
I'm gonna try to Arcane Denial.
Are you paying for?
I am not.
I'd like to draw a card.
Nice Ancestral Recall for James.
It's only drawn him 2 so far. Nah, this will be...
I'd like to Pyroblast your Arcane Denial.
Yup.
Okay.
Paradox Engine on the stack. Unless you're responding to Pyroblast.
Yes.
You are responding
I'm
to
going to respond to
Pyroblast?
Pyroblast.
Okay.
My Kraken's Bloodstained Mire go to 29. I'm going to get this Bayou.
It's a nice buy.
It is a very nice Bayou. And I'm going to cast Frantic Search.
Are you paying for?
No. I know.
It's Mr. Grimora.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw 2 cards.
1.
Dude.
Then I'm going to discard 2 cards. A mountain and a forest. And then I'm going to untap these 3 lands.
3 whole lands.
3 whole lands. And then Pyroblast Resolve.
Pyroblast resolves.
Disaster.
So Paradox Engine enters the battlefield.
Yep.
I would like to cast Walking Ballista X equals 0.
Yep.
Trigger
Paradox
Paradox
Engine?
Engine.
I would like to untap some artifacts.
Cards in hand?
A lot. 4.
That's so many.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Walking Ballista
So it dies,
resolves
yeah.
And dies.
and
yes.
dies. I would like to tap this for 2, and these for 3.
That's 5.
That's 5. I would like to cast Copy Artifact
Oh boy.
with a red, a blue, and a colorless floating.
Okay.
Okay.
Trigger Paradox Engine.
Trigger Paradox Engine.
Okay. So Paradox Engine trigger on the stack?
Yep.
Okay. You have 3 cards in hand?
3 cards in hand.
It's 1 less than it was last time you asked.
Yeah, I have no effects.
Okay, I would like to untap my non-land permanents. Then,
Copy Artifact is a copy of what, sorry?
oh, sorry, yeah, it resolves. Well, I guess Copy Artifact is on the stack now.
Yeah, no effects.
Resolves. It's going to be a copy of Mana Crypt.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's lots of mana in that crypt.
So,
why
I
they
would
keep
like
all the
to tap my 2 Mana Crypts for 4 colorless mana. And I would like to tap these 3 for a blue, which is the only thing the Chrome Mox can tap for, and 2 red.
Okay. So you have 2 blue, 3 red, and 5 colorless currently.
Yep. Then I would like to use 2 colorless and a red.
Is he gonna cast Imperial Recruiter?
Oh man.
I would like to cast Magus of the Moon.
Oh.
Trigger Paradox Engine.
I have no effects to Paradox Engine.
I'm F6 currently.
Jan's gotta have something. Or he's messing with us on the nth level.
Nth level problems.
I'm like not happy about any of what's going on right now.
That's fair.
And neither are we.
I'm fine so far.
That's fair.
I guess, yeah. It's fine.
Okay. I would like to untap all my non-land permanents.
Yep.
Now, what's my floating mana like?
You have
2,
2
2,
blue,
and 3?
2 red, and 3 colorless.
3 colorless. Okay, I would like to tap Mana Crypts for 4 colorless.
Yep.
And 2 blue and a red.
Okay, so you have 4 blue, 3 red, and 7 colorless.
Okay, one of my colorless, I would like to equip Trinket Mage with Swiftfoot Boots.
Trinket Mage.
Trinket Mage was Swift.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now I would like to activate Nin.
Yes, so blue, red, and then...
Oh, I see.
Blue, red.
Saying.
Yep.
And I would also like to use 6 colorless to activate Nin, targeting Trinket Mage, X equals 6.
So you still have 3 blue, 2 red, no colorless border.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Okay, I would like to draw 6 cards.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting the Trinket Mage is actually kind of a heads-up play.
Yeah.
He's got a trillion mana, so...
I like that a lot too, because if somebody tried to remove the Trinket Mage in response to the equip, then you can just shoot it then.
Yeah.
So that's...
It's almost like James built this deck. Isn't that crazy?
It's almost like James knows how to play Magic the Gathering.
Okay. I would like to use 1 red
Yep.
to cast a Soul Ring.
Oh my god.
Trigger
Trigger
Paradox Engine. Would like to untap my non-land permanents.
Ah!
Included in.
Oh no, and we all have creatures.
Oh, jeez.
I would like to tap my 3 Crypt / rings
Yeah.
for 6 colorless
Yeah.
Rings.
and 2 red and a blue,
4 blue, 3 red, 6 colorless.
as well as another blue.
5 blue.
And I would like to use a blue and 2 colorless to cast Frantic Search.
Oh.
Mm.
Yep. Trigger Paradox Engine.
Trigger Paradox Engine. Untap. Yeah, let's resolve Frantic Search. Draw 2.
I'm reeling.
Discard an island and a mountain. And untap 3 lands.
It's like he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Isn't that just
And now he
peachy?
passes the turn with a handful of counter spells.
Now, I would like to tap 6 colorless, 2 blue and a red.
10, 5, and 4.
Okay. I would like to cast Lotus Petal. Trigger Paradox Engine.
Yep.
I would like to tap 6 colorless, 2 red and a blue.
2 red and a blue. 6, 6, and 16.
Yep. I would like to also tap 2 more blue.
8.
Use a blue and a colorless to cast Snap, targeting the Gila.
Oh boy.
Trigger Paradox Engine.
Trigger Paradox Engine.
And then snap.
You made a blue and a red with those, right?
He made 2 blue.
2
Yeah,
blue.
it was 2 blue.
This is a mountain.
Oh, it is a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, blue and
okay.
red.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
fine.
So then
Yeah.
one
Okay.
less blue, 1 more red.
Just keeping me honest.
Yep. Gotta get the small victories
Yeah,
where we go.
I have no effects to the thing happening.
I would like to untap 2 lands. I would like to tap for 6 colorless, 2 blue and a red.
So 21, 8, and 8.
Okay. I would like to use a colorless to equip Swiftfoot Boots to Nin the Pain Artist.
Yes.
20 colorless.
Okay. I would like to use a blue and a red
7 and 7.
and 20 colorless, 3 blue and 3 red.
4.
Activate Nin, targeting Nin, X equals 26.
Yeah, no effects.
Nice.
Block with the 8.
Okay, I would like to use 1 blue and 1 red
3 and 3. 3 and 3.
to cast Isochron Scepter, trigger Paradox Engine.
Yep.
My mana rocks. ETB imprint.
Yep.
Yep.
Imprint dramatic reversal.
Yep.
Oh, must be nice, huh?
I would like to float 6 colorless.
I'm not tracking this
2
anymore.
red, then use 2 colorless to activate Isochron Scepter. Double triggering.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got infinite mana now.
You have
think,
so
I've
much.
got 100,000 blue, 100,000 red, and a bunch of colorless.
I'm probably going to say something profane on the screen about now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Profane command.
Okay, I would like to cast Nin, the Pain Artist, from my command zone.
How much mana do you have?
999,999
A
blue.
lot.
909.
Then I would like to equip Swiftfoot Boots to Nin the Pain Artist.
Yep.
And I would like to activate Nin the Pain Artist, targeting Nin the Pain Artist. X equals
The remainder?
like 40? However many
However much
this many cards is.
Okay.
Draw
Sounds
those.
good.
Something blind guess.
Nin dead.
Comment down below how many cards you think he drew and how much mana he has.
Yeah.
There is no way to verify if you're correct or not.
Then I would like to cast Comet Storm.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
X equals.
Well, hang on.
X equals 200. Kicked twice. Targeting Bill, targeting Elliot, and targeting Jan.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, he might have misclicked, so
Yeah.
it was
You
worth
gotta-
not scooping.
You gotta wait for the misclick.
I'm just putting your life to 0 too because
Yeah. Targets himself. That was
that was a game.
pretty incredible. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Out of all of the starts that we had, I don't think I saw that coming.
Nope.
But I think that's probably a testament to how strong the revamps to this list have been.
I top decked the Paradox Engine actually.
Off of which one of the Mystic Remora triggers?
Oh, I don't know. It was one of them. I drew a million cards off that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really nice because like I was trying to come up with a line where I could cast it because I wanted protection for the Paradox Engine, and then I'm like, well, you know, if people counter the Paradox Engine, I've got the Pyroblast. I can maybe bait 2 cards out of it off of Mystic Remora, and then the Pyroblast was good enough. So
Yeah.
Fire Blast was good enough because I think I drew a Cyclonic Rift and it wouldn't have mattered
mm-hmm.
because he already gets the Paradox trigger.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
would
that's all I
not.
needed, really.
Literally, so I was 1 mana short because I had a Cabal
Yeah, I was
Ritual in
gonna
my
say,
hand.
how many did you have, right? But yeah.
I had a Cabal Ritual in my hand and I was 1 mana short. I could have overloaded the Cyclonic Rift and that would have mattered.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
would have done
For sure.
it. But
Well, would it have? Because I had a bunch of free mana rocks. It would have reset my hand, basically, right?
Oh yeah, true.
Oh, man.
You have Mana Crypt, Soul Ring.
Copy
it depends.
Artifact.
Depend when it was too, right?
Mox Amber.
Lotus Petal, Mox Amber, Mox Opal.
The Mox
or-
Amber's dead, though, if Nin goes back to my
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
So maybe...
I think you had 5.
I think you had
just
enough
there
to-
anyway.
Yeah, you had enough to
and
recast
then
it
plus
anyway.
1 to restart the Paradox.
Yeah. The Mox Amber would have restarted the...
Yeah.
well,
Because it doesn't
so yeah,
matter
so that's
if
the
you
thing.
cast
If I had had the mana to overload the Cyclonic Rift, I would have, and we would have seen where it went from there. But
Yeah.
like, I think Cyclonic Rifting the Paradox Engine after it resolved, I waited 1 more cast in the hopes that you were going to follow up with Isochron Scepter, because
Mhm.
that would have made a difference.
Yeah.
But it didn't, because you Mags the Moon. I could have floated a mana. I don't know. I think that was a losing
I just
proposition
would have
at
moved
that
to
point.
combat before I started storming if you had open mana.
Yeah.
It's not like you need to attack
Yeah.
ever in this deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was interesting. I didn't see a lot of my creatures, but I definitely cut a lot of the higher CMC stuff. I cut Memory Jar, I cut Stranglehold, I cut a bunch of 3 and 4 mana things. I didn't really have a lot of 4 mana things, but I just replaced it with low cost. I am running Rituals now, which is interesting. Mox Amber's new, obviously. I feel like Mox Amber's totally fine in this deck with
Yeah,
a 2
Narset's
CMC.
removal.
Yeah, Narset's Reversal. I was very conflicted about exiling that because I really wanted to cast it. I haven't cast it yet, so I really
The card has to be
wanted
good enough,
cast
right?
that. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a good game.
That was a banger.
I actually on turn 1 I could have cast the Time Twister that I cast. I ended up casting it on turn 2, but I felt like the kind of urgency left when everybody dumped their hands on turn 1, and I'm like, maybe we just roll out this Swiftfoot Boots, get Metalcraft online for the Mox Opal so that I've got like enough colored mana to interact, or at least bluff interaction, and then follow it up with a Time Twister on turn 2. And but by then Najila was out, and like, oh, it was not a favorable scenario, but it worked out. So.
Yeah. I was gonna say we could talk about our opening hands, but if you watched the game, you saw them.
Yeah, really.
Not much to say really. No. My pre-time twister hand actually had Labman and Knight's Whisper, so I was gonna start like trying to find consultation and stuff just with casting Knight's Whisper to draw cards with Kess in play, but then the post-time twister hand had garbage.
Yeah, no.
I had, I think, 6 lands and, I guess 5 lands, Pongify, Arcane Denial.
The pre-time twister hand, I had a land, a trop plus 4 spells I could cast. So if you hadn't had time twistered and you didn't, because all you had was the Night Whisper, and like I think I could have ate up a significant amount of everyone's day.
Yeah. At least this one was a quick storm.
Yeah.
One of the quicker storms I've actually, like the non-deterministic storms that I've done in this deck at least. But yeah, I think that's about it for this week. Stay tuned. Next week. Is it episode 9 right now?
Yes, episode 9.
So next week, what's coming up next week?
The finale.
The finale.
The finale.
Oh my goodness.
10.
17.
10.
Yeah, we're doing something a little bit special.
Yes.
Next week, you're actually going to get to see all of the decks, or maybe 4 out of the 5 decks that have gone undefeated. So that'll be interesting. Kind of a Clash of the Titans. One of them will remain undefeated, I assume, provided nobody plays Divine Intervention. But,
that's the plan.
3 of them will no longer be undefeated after next week, so you're not going to want to miss that.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Spike Feeders on YouTube. If you like this content and you want to see more, make sure you click subscribe. If you love this content, click on the link to our Patreon. Every dollar helps us create more videos like this.